the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Set. Double 80. Mike 57. Gun. 57. Mike 57. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Go. After you.
On first down, Newton. Drops it underneath to Dixon. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
57. Mike, 57. We know this. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. No chance. 57.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he finds Stills, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
Straight at 8. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
To the air again, Newton. Thomas has got it, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
Now Bernard. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mike. Echo. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. All right.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton. It's caught by Moncrief. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is third and long, though.
I got you, boy. 20.
From the gun, here's Newton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, no doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second. Second and 9.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 14-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ready?
From the gun, Mitchell. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Check back 47. He's tired of you. Great game. Mike's 47. What is it?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Newton. He's got it to Matthews, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Gun. Here we go. Let's bring it. 8. Let's bring it. Flare. 8.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Mitchell. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
On the ground, this is Kamara. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely will.
And Kamara has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's first and 10. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
60 Pittsburgh. Let's go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right at the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And this one's incomplete. Kenny Stills the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From his goal line here, Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Newton. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up fourth down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, Any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Back to throw. Mitchell, complete. Smith has it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
70, Indy.
Looking to throw. Mitchell. It's caught. Smith. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Hard. Big grip.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Mitchell, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. You don't want that. Pick up the ball. Let's go.
Now Kamara. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Kamara trying again. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Here we go with Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly third and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Davis now to return it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Thomas, the intended target. A very short field to work with now. First and goal after the great punt return. Looking to throw. Mitchell. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
On second down, it's Dixon, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Operating from the gun, Newton, and Stills bringing it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
In your face. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Express! Gun. Hey, check, Mike 57, Mike 57. Front. Go get some.
Newton on first down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Newton will bring him up first and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Newton throwing again. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Check Mike 47, check Mike 47. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Second and 10, Newton again. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Check.
From the gun, Newton. Forced out to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Check. Lucky.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. 70, Indy.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Latavius Murray. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
When you're in man coverage, you have help over the top, you become a much more confident defender. Trail the receiver and know that someone over the top can make a play, and that's exactly what happened here. The free safety coming up with the interception.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mitchell. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
What's the run? They're running it. Ready?
Here's Mitchell. Throwing again. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. pushing through the contact and able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 18 Gator. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Be driven.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
17-yard line.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Come on, boy. Get it.
Now Mitchell operating from the gun. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point's not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play caller, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Newton now to throw. And this is Moncrief for the catch. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Big stop, let's go.
Now a toss play to Bernard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
Bring it in. Gotta do better. Great. QB, come on. 57 to Mike. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
On 2nd and 12, Newton. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Newton. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Returnable here for Davis. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the tackle? That's big league.
And that's caught by Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh. Coming to you, coming to you.
To throw is Mitchell on 1st down. And he'll find Hall. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This is complete to Michael Thomas. We have played 3 quarters, and that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hit it. We're going 25 to Mike. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Mitchell. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead, or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
A loss of 2 there, second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Panthers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Newton to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
They stopped him in his tracks. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Newton. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Down. 50, plant.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. You ain't doing nothing today.
Get it.
On 3rd down, Murray. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, and he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, but now it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Going deep here for Stills. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
20. Here we go.
50 seconds, come on.
The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Saints on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Cam Newton all alone. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Newton feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
But they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
Ready! 15 line. 15 line.
Here we go.
Hit it.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback keeps it. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13. Today's final score, Saints.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that.